بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين وعلى آله الفائزين برضا الله أما بعد. Respected dignitaries, scholars and my dear friends, I'm very happy to stand in front of you today. While numerous discussions and hot topics are going here, I concern here with the topic New Citizenship Bill Amendment and the minorities. First of all, when I'm standing in front of you in this dais, to my memory coming the first speech done by Sir Sayyid Ahmed Khan after the independence of our country, India. He told that all Muslims, I know this is the country India. If some actions are taken against you by the government, don't react to them because you know how to rule. The Muslim community had ruled several countries in the world and you are perfect in ruling. But don't do anything against them. When we see the present situation of the country India, we will think how much he had been to the longer. And we know that after taking the independence of the country, our Nehru first went to the Pakistan and done a great treaty with them for not being any kind of confliction between the country. If the former Indians thought that there should be no confliction between the countries, then how it will be inside the country? No chance. They thought that it should never happen in our country, India. But you know, after the 70 years of this independence, now our government are checking for the citizen, whether true or false. It's shameful for me to say I'm an Indian at the present situation when it's going. And the last January 8, the lower class of the parliament has passed the law of the new citizen bill and amended that the three religion can come to the India and they will be promoted by giving the citizenship, but not Muslim. That's the point where the government aims only on the Muslim society. You know, it was our country India which welcomed all kind of minority people and the migrants from every country by the concept of humanity. But it is a declension of a country by sending its own people as stateless. Now if you think that the citizenship procedure is started now, no, it was started when the English East India Company was here. The Englishman Herschel started to make identification for all the citizens in our country. It was not for making them stateless, but to ensure that the ration, the food distribution is given to them at the correct time, which we call ration. And it is being quoted really in the Tarangini Sri Raman's books, In Pursuit of Proof, History of Identification Documents in India. But now this process is going for the sake of the political parties of the country and not for the sake of the people. If it was for the sake of the people, how a government can simply make 4.5 million of people to being in the stateless in the countryside of our own nation, India. Now, the government, what is doing that, making the words of gold worker to become true. Once the gold worker told Muslims, you can live in country India, but don't expect anything other than anything you cannot expect, which we give the merit to Hindus, which means we will not give you the merit as we are giving to the Hindus. This is how the secularity of our country is being diminishing day by day. And we can see in the citizenship and discontent and in Indian history by Neeraj Gopal, he stated that it is only to deterioration among the Muslims to see them as the third-class people. Let me come to the point. What is the reason for this urgent by the Assam government to do such an amendment bill now? We hear the words of Sharma, who is the finance minister of Assam, says that now if we are not removing this Muslim from the state of Assam, our Hindu people will become the minority. Not the point. That is the aim and the critical aim of the political parties. And the Modi last tweeted that I consider the blood, not the color of the passport, which means this is the country of India. This is the country of Hindu. So I'm concluding here. So what I'm saying that Indian National Congress is also responsible for making such a ridiculous treaty at 1985 with the Assam's People's Party. Okay, let me wind up. So now when I'm saying this one to my mind, the song of the Browning, Robert Browning coming into the mind, the patriot and all the story. In that he says that it was roses in my way, but now the things are changed. Now all country lovers are turning to be traitors of the country, which means no patriot. Everyone to seeing Muslims are terrorists in the country. We have to change. The election is coming. We have to do something with our hands. So India is the country of every people, as the constitution, as the constitution says it in a clear way. So we can dream for a better India where the minorities and majorities are queuing in a line, as the Ambedkar told, unity amidst diversity. Thank you. Have a nice day.